Hi, my name is Kerry Lyons and I'm the Aerospace and Industrial Sales Manager for Trelleborg Applied Technologies.
And hello, my name is Rob Lovelace. I'm the Managing Director of Trelleborg Rochdale, which is a centre of manufacturing excellence for syntactic and tooling board materials. And welcome to our presentation today. We're going to talk about our new innovations in tooling board. What we're going to cover today is we're going to set the challenge of why we needed to innovate, and then we will give an overview of our new material in the way we have innovated and show the advantages of the solution that we've got. This innovation is combined with a case study, so you don't need to just take our word for it. And then at the end of this presentation, we are going to do future innovations.
So what is the challenge? Well, Trelleborg is known for its high quality and high finish epoxy tooling board range that it's been manufacturing for over 30 years. And what we needed to do was to look at how we could drastically improve the environment for people operating and working with tooling board materials by eliminating the dust during the machining process, but while still maintaining the high quality and finish that we get from the boards. A further question that arose was that if we could eliminate the dust, would our new tooling board allow the customers to be more flexible in their choice of machining equipment around the shop? So what do we mean by quality first? Well, our tooling board range is known for specifically its high quality finish. It's supplied in machined form and it has excellent uniformity of product quality. It's available in a range of low densities, and there is an excellent temperature range that we can cover from a tooling pre-preg right up to direct to part manufacture. The surface class of the finish is an A grade, and that means that with this superb finish, we've got fast post-processing due to the minimal amount of sealing required. All these characteristics had to be maintained whilst we had carried out our research and development for this new product.
So the innovation. So the main innovation we're looking to do is dust-free tooling. So there's a number of reasons why we've looked into this area. The principal one is the environmental dust impact on people's health. We all are familiar with how much tooling board from whoever manufacturer may be creates clouds of dust. This is because of the glass nature of the product. So anything that we can do to reduce the dust in the workplace has a direct advantage to our operators. But we've certainly seen a trend now with insurance that we're finding that if you have a high dust environment, even if you're containing it and extracting it, that there's views about whether it is a fire risk or has potential explosion issues. And as a direct result of that, we are aware that some insurance companies are reviewing this situation and looking at increasing premiums for dusty environments. We certainly know that dust extraction is something that is expensive to maintain and install, and therefore, in some ways, it is, quite a restriction to the industry in terms of what type of equipment can be used to machine tooling block. And so, therefore, if we manage to create a dust-free product, then that will allow different types of machines to be used, keeping machining and that type of thing very much in the forefront, rather than other types of prototyping and other material technology. So if you're able to use more complex machines because there's less of a dust issue, that will make things better. And finally, about dust, people just don't like it. It's not pleasant, even though we know that the dust produces inert. I think everybody prefers to not work in a dusty environment. So as a result, we have created a product called the Trelleborg TC760X. This is a dust-free tooling board. So I'm going to show a short video of just a few seconds or so where you'll see a chest piece being machined. As the chest piece is machined, you'll see that rather than dusting, that you get chips of the material that come off. This chip material, of course, is easy to collect, it's dust free, but still maintains the quality characteristics that Kerry was talking about. So you will have seen in that short video that in machining the chest piece, in fact I have the chest piece with me here, that the chips actually come away from the part and do not create dust in its manufacture. So in brief, our solution, the TC760X, is a dust-free epoxy tooling board. We know the environmental impact on people's health, and that this product eliminates that problem. So by eliminating the dust, it allows us to use all types of different machinery, which gives you a lot more flexibility. But we have indeed maintained the qualities of of what you would expect from a Trelleborg premium tooling board, but clearly without the dust. You can see the picture in the bottom right hand side, the difference between the flakes and the dust to highlight this. So far we've covered, why did we need to innovate by creating a dust-free material? We've given an overview of our new material and explained what the advantages are to the user of the solution of the TC760X dust-free material. So now we'll move on to explain a case study of how it's been used in the real world.
Okay, thanks Rob. So this is the case study that we've prepared, and this has been done in conjunction with Fiberworks Composites, who are based in Charlottesville in the States. And they are manufacturers of custom designs into the American motorsports and Formula One racing industry. They produce high precision parts, and in order to serve their customers, they needed a high performance, fast machining, cost effective epoxy tooling board that could run at particularly high temperatures. So Trelleborg and Fiberworks started to work together, and we manufactured a product that had a higher TG, so therefore they could use higher temperature prepregs, and all the boxes were ticked apart from the fact that it generated a lot of dust. So we went back to the drawing board again, and our R&D guys worked very hard and produced our TC760X. So not only did it have the high TG that we were looking for, but it also had the capability of producing the chips and not the dust. And these are some actual quotes, both from Fiberworks themselves and also from some of their contractors. And that, as you can see on the photograph on the bottom left, that the chips fall to the bottom of the machine bed, and therefore they're more easily cleaned away and much more quickly.
So the environmental benefits, thanks Kerry for the case study. So it gives us an improved working and machining environment, as you can see from that machine bed, and it makes it much easier to collect up the chips. No need for extraction and filtration, it's just fundamentally sweeping them up. So what we're then looking at saying is, how do we improve the environmental impact of this type of product? As it's now easier to collect the swarf product, that we are currently using these materials on our own shop floor, and by collecting the swarf material, we are now looking at combining it into other resin materials to enable us to make essentially jig and fixture board, which is be able to use in other types of particularly automotive manufacturing for setting up workstations and that type of thing. We also have other elements of innovation. Our main thrust when we're talking about environmental benefits is not just improving the environment for the workers using the product, or indeed the flexibility of the machines. What we're trying to achieve is that when we produce a material, that material has an initial life, which may be tooling board, but then wherever possible we can reuse that material so that it has a second life as maybe jig and fixture board, and then a third life of another use before, as with all Trelleborg materials that we use in this facility, going into energy production. So in summary from what we've discussed today, we've shown you the TC760X, and the aim of that material is to be a dust-free material that improves the environment and your machine flexibility. And it does this by producing chips rather than dust. At Trelleborg Rochdale, we are an innovation centre. We have a laboratory and we have a number of innovation scientists. And our next steps in innovation, which we will look forward to presenting at a future time, are things related to recycled and second life materials for environmental reasons, high temperature materials for more extreme use, and having alternatives to aluminium for tooling that you can have multiple pools on. So in other words, a high volume tool, but using epoxies rather than aluminiums. So we look forward to presenting those in the future. Thank you very much.